Hello everybody and welcome. I am your host, Captain Awesomeness, and as you can see, I'm in a jacket today. This is technically, officially, the start of my karting season, although I'm at a familiar place, Thompson. And the thing is, today actually, well, I'm trying to make it a quick video, and I'll basically catch up with you guys in detail about a lot of things later on. But we've got the thing going now, the PA. There's my cart over there. Here I am here. It's pretty windy out. That's why I'm kind of standing by my truck so I can talk. But long story short, it's practice day today. It's a Saturday. We're going to do a shakedown. Okay, I thought they were calling me. Anyway, so we're going to shake down the cart. Hopefully all the work I've done to it, which I'll get into later, will tell me how good this cart is. But in any case, just wanted to give you guys a heads up. I'm at Thompson. This is the start of the season, and it's a cold start. It's pretty darn windy. It's kind of overcast. Well, now it is overcast. It was sunny at first, but on Sunday it'll be a cold race. It'll be like 57. Funny thing is, on Friday it was 84. I'm just sick and tired of being in Ohio. If this continues on, I really might actually move south or something to a place where the weather is a little bit more stable than it is here. In any case, let me get out there and we will talk to you when I am done with my practice day. All right, so as I come out to the track from the pit, this has officially started my season for 2025. One thing you guys will see is the angle of the camera. That's not exactly in the best location, so I'll work on getting that taken care of in the future. Nonetheless, as you watch me come around some of these turns, you're going to see that I am just really smashing that brake. And what I realize is that there is something wrong with the brakes. As and when I press them, there's no, what's the word I'm trying to find here? There's no gradual or any kind of feel whatsoever. So I'm just like trying to figure this out, and I'm going, man, I don't like the way this feels at all. I'm not comfortable going around the track. So I keep a mental note. Since this is just practice day, all I want to do is just see what is wrong, so this way I can get back on track the next day for race day and not have any of these problems. So watching out for these kinds of problems. I'm trying to also get a feel for how the cart feels, and it's not also great, not to mention it's really darn cold for me. So I was like, yeah, all right, well, at least I know that the brake's the problem. It's not really turning in well, so we have an issue. But then all of a sudden, as I'm coming up to the front straightaway, you'll see me take this right, and then I'll take a left and another left, which is basically a double left. My engine just decides to die right about here, and I got nowhere to go. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pull over. And that was the end of practice day for me, because all I had after this was hours and hours and hours of working on the cart to fix the problem. Okay then, so practice is over with, and I'm actually headed home. Not much of a practice, to be honest with you, because as soon as I went out on the first lap, I had a problem with the engine. If you're a 206 driver, you'll know this. The spring on the choke that holds that choke rod up or whatever, it decided to fly off, and it immediately killed the engine. Not to mention, as soon as I got back on track and I linked up with my buddy Doug Marsh of Rocket Tech Motorsports. I know I keep mentioning him, by the way, on Instagram and Facebook and stuff. You guys got to link up with him, especially if you race in the Cleveland area. Amazing dude to talk to. In any case, we discovered some other problems with a lot of things that I had done over the wintertime with my cart. So this is the opportunity for me to kind of talk to you guys about a lot of things. I know it's not about racing per se. It's just that I just wanted to share with you guys, since I haven't really posted anything over all winter, and I was supposed to even post a race about Karting that I did at MCC in October of last year. Just didn't get around to it. So anyway, long story short, I did a swap basically to a new frame from my old go-kart, and I ran into a lot of problems. I mean, I don't even know how to enumerate them all, but I'll just say that there were challenges, some unforeseen, some kind of expected. The biggest one being my brake system. It's basically an older brake system compared to what Burrell uses on their karts now. So it's not that parts are hard to get, it's that getting anything to work with the system I have was a little difficult. And that's, I think, the best way to kind of put it. So that was okay, but then it manifested itself at the track as well. Didn't work out well. I wanted to do a whole video about this swap, but I kind of was going through a little bit of seasonal depression, a little bit of my own demons, you know, messing with me and stuff. But I wanted to tell you guys something really important about, you know, karting in general and me in general. This year I'm not going to be racing at G&J, and I don't want to sugarcoat it, but at the same time I also don't want to really get into too many details about it. But long story short, it was time to move on. Conflict of personalities and disagreements over a lot of things, and I think I was the problem person in that, to be honest with you guys. So I decided to move on, and that's that. I have to live with it. I had to also move on from certain individuals as well who I thought were friends, but unfortunately life is like that. You just have to kind of figure out who is actually for you and who has hidden agendas. So having said that, this year is going to be great. My first official race will be here where I'm at Thompson, and that's going to happen tomorrow. And after that, I'm going to a new track by the name of Quaker. I think I mentioned them a couple times last year, so I can't wait to go out there. So not only is this a new chapter for me in many ways, but also new experiences and new associations with people I've never met before. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm also going to, you know, say this, that, you know, this has been this dead time basically between last season and now has been an awakening experience for me in many ways about my own limitations and whatnot. So pretty excited about what the future holds for me, though. I'm also doing a lot of things. I've told you guys about my, I kind of hit the horn. I told you guys about racing suits and stuff. This is a racing suit that you'll get to see tomorrow. I have my own business called Formula Whine Racing. I've mentioned it a few times. So I'm working hard in expanding that business as well. You know, that thing also, with any new business, there's going to be ups and downs, and I'm just dealing with those as well. So that's what's been going on with my life. I am also kind of, you know, trying to see if I can be more active in some other tracks as well, but we'll see. I just don't know yet. I just know this, that at least right now in the foreseeable future, I'm definitely going to be coming to Thompson. It's a pretty short track, so it's not exactly part of my preference range type of places, but you know, I've got Quaker to look forward to. I'll try my hardest to get to pit race as well. There's this other track called Lorraine. I'm not going to go there, but I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of why, but I'm just not going to go there. And we'll see what other places. G&J, I might go actually in support of Buckeye Karting Series, which is actually the series, the reason why I'm here. Buckeye Karting Series is a small little series, traveling series no less, that's run by Carson Smith and Scott Smith. And actually, when I was at Thompson last year, was actually in support of them. So I'm going to do the same thing again. Carson and Scott are awesome people. Leah Runkle, of course, she's with Carson. So they're all awesome folks that I get to race with, not to mention just the people who support the club as well. You know, but the people who are actually participating in the race. So all in all, great experience with these guys. It was good to link up with them after a whole year of not coming up here. So that's another good part about it as well. You know, karting at a club level is always so much more fun than regional. And that's another thing. I'll do regional this year as well, so we'll see how that works out as well. But all in all, yeah, it's been a busy winter. It's just that I've been out of the scene, and I just want to say that social media, I am trying my best to be a part of it, but you know, when you have a full-time job, you're got two households to actually take care of, mine and my parents, and then I gotta also do racing and pursue some of my other passions like my motorcycle stuff and running my business. It gets to be a lot, and I felt it hardcore. My health hasn't also been that great, so I'm trying to do the best I can, and being there for everyone, and maybe finding some time to be there for myself as well. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about a little bit of everything, but nothing in specific. But as and when the season goes, we'll talk a lot about racing. But anyway, I am on my way home. It was cold today. It's very windy. It's raining. So I need to go home, and I'll be here first thing in the morning to race. All right. I am here at Thompson Raceway for the Buckeye Racing Series. Nope, I got that wrong. Buckeye Karting Series Round 1. And just like last year, I'm back at Thompson to try and see if I'm worth anything. And really, in the end, it's just the official start to my 2025 racing season. A little late in the game, so to say, because most everybody started in April. But I'll be honest with you guys, I am a wuss. I hate the cold, And it just so happens that when I thought that I could start this late in the season, it would be warm enough. But as you can see, I'm wearing a hoodie. It's barely 50 degrees, maybe 52. And I don't like weather below 65. If you have met me in person, you'll know that very quickly I am not a happy camper when it's that cold. But at the same time, I'm pretty excited to start my racing season again. And one important thing is I have what is essentially a brand new go-kart, but not a brand new go-kart. As you saw, the panels are all the same. They will be changing soon, by the way. But what I really have underneath is a brand new, well, to me, but let's just say it is brand new frame. And this frame is well, it was used maybe 1 or 2 races at best, and I got it for a good deal from another team. And I decided to make use of it and see how it works out for us for this race. My engine also has been built by that gentleman over there with his back to us. There he is, Doug Marsh from Rocket Tech Motorsports. And this is promising to be a pretty good engine, although I will say Saturday I was here. I don't know if I'm gonna upload that video. Maybe I might, because I didn't really talk about racing. I talked about a lot of other things. In any case, I had a bit of an issue with the engine. Long story short, the return spring on the carburetor decided to fly off, and I didn't even get to finish 1 lap. What happens with that spring is that it basically holds the return spring to the choke. So that spring flies off, the choke just goes automatic shut or whatever it would be, and it killed the engine, and that was the end of it. Then there were some other problems we found out about, and basically that had to do with my swap, where the brake line was giving me a problem, the throttle cable was giving me a problem, a bunch of dumb stuff like that. But dumb just because it was me who touched it, not anyone else. So all in all, we were able to iron everything out, but I could not go out for another round of practice yesterday. So kind of I shouldn't say it was a waste of a day, because at least the go-kart was good, but I didn't get to do any driving. So I'm gonna have a lot of driving to do to try to see you know, if I'm worth my medal still. The one thing I will say is that this kart, all in all, is again brand new, freshened up in many ways. I don't know how it's going to feel with the drive, but I'm also not giving you guys too many details as to all the changes I made, and that's really because I want to do a separate video on this, maybe towards the end of the season, where I take it all apart and put it back together, and I talk about every part, so this way guys can understand whether certain things are worth it or not, especially on the Burrell. You know, if you have an OTK, you may have a different thing. But in any case, it's let's see, 8:30 a.m. At about 9 we have a driver's meeting, and from there we will have our warm-ups, and at about 10 we'll have our first race. So as soon as that's done with, I'll come back and talk to you guys, tell you how my experience is going. But pretty excited about it all. I'm not on Hoosier R70s, I'm on the MG Red, so that's another big plus if you ask me. So we'll see how sticky we are, even though it's kind of cold out. So we'll figure it all out. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Oh, I'll also show off my suit that I'm wearing at some point too. I'll maybe ask my wife to take a picture, and I'll put it somewhere in the video. We'll figure it out. Anyway, let me get making sure everything is tightened up on the cart, and we'll talk to you after the first round. All right, in the interest of saving time, we're just gonna go straight into the finals, because honestly, the qualifier and the pre-final was all crap. I was fighting this go-kart hard, even though I fixed the initial problems. Here we come out for our hot lap or warm-up lap, whatever you want to call it, and I'm having problems trying to keep this thing straight, as you can see there. So I am just really loving life at this point, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. But this was not a good start to the season, in my humble opinion. And I struggled, as you can tell, just doing whatever I can to get this thing to actually move so I can catch up to everybody. And I do that here in a moment. Takes me a while, but I'm finally with everyone. And I'm like, all right, okay, let's kind of keep things as normal as we can. There's a yellow flag out. I'm not exactly sure why, but we're made to go around, maybe? I don't remember it. So I'm just looking at this footage as I record myself talking about it. And maybe, yeah, no, we were good to go here. Seems like everything's kind of on the okay, and we go off for a launch, and I'm just at this point hoping that I don't have any more crashes or anything like that. I am working hard on just still trying to get this kart to work with me. So
As we launch out, I'm actually towards the end. As you can see here, I was supposed to be way up, but I just lost my position, so that was that. I'm at this point just trying to find how everybody else is racing, and all I can do is try to keep myself in line. And as I'm coming across, I'm also trying to see if I'm doing anything wrong anywhere. But anyway, somebody slides around, so I find a way around them. And at this point, I think I'm at least feeling somewhat confident. I come around here and I'm really gassing it hard. I see that they're just spinning everywhere. So instead of, like, you know, using this race as an opportunity really to find how quick I am, I'm just trying to finish the race. Again, you gotta, guys, remember that I was so frustrated at this point in the day because everything that could go wrong had been going wrong, that I really didn't care for placing well. Not to mention, I kind of knew that this would be the one and only time I would actually attend a race at Thompson. I do pass that one guy who was slipping and sliding everywhere, but I am at this point just trying to find some good pace. I'm trying to brake in the right place. I'm watching what everybody else is doing. You can kind of see that the road's not exactly 100% dry, so that was contributing a lot to the ability of the slicks to keep me gripped up as much as possible. I'm watching this other guy now having the same kind of problems as the one I passed already was having, so I kept myself kind of sort of figured out. But yeah, I learned a lot actually also about how to navigate through this particular section of that track. There were places where I was braking where I didn't need to, so I learned a lot about just navigating through. But really at this point it was just me just praying that no more spin outs and all that other jazz would happen, all the brake stuff. Well, I was going to actually share one of the races, but I didn't do that because I was like, yeah, I got to save some time here. But long story short, both of my front wheels flew off in the pre-final, and that was not a good time. I actually will talk about that in my outro. But as you can see here, I'm just trying to make sure that I keep on track. Maybe I eventually pass this guy, I don't know. But I kind of, again, want to keep this video, this first video of the year, to as minimum as possible. But I just wanted to show you guys, yeah, I was struggling and I was spinning out and just not liking this cart at all. But eventually I do figure it out as the season goes on. Obviously this upload's coming way later than I was supposed to upload this, but yeah, like I've said already in the video, I'm busy. I've got a lot of things going on, and matter of fact, I am getting this video recorded when I have less than 6 hours of sleep left before my race that is coming up right after I get done with this video. So that's the kind of short amount of time I have. But yeah, I eventually do pass 309, it looks like. But yeah, this is all I wanted to show you guys. I'll just go straight into the outro. And yeah, we'll talk more about races at other tracks. All right, so I'm back. Race is over with, but I'm gonna give you guys a bit of a summary again. Although, of course, I've talked about it in the commentary. In any case, long story short, my day did not start out well. I had problems with the go-kart up to the point where both of my front hubs came flying off of or not the hubs, but the tires, the wheel and tire stuff came flying off in different directions, and that's because my what are they called, barrel nuts that you use to tighten the wheels down, I guess I didn't tighten it enough or something, and they just worked themselves out, and that was the end of that hub. So I got a new hub and nuts for, well, not wheelbarrow nuts, but regular nuts for tightening down the wheels to the hubs. And after that, things just started looking up good. How that worked out is that even though my qualifier was horrible, I went into the first, well, the pre-final, I guess that's the word for it. But as I went into the pre-final, the cart just felt amazing. Although I'll say, man, it really crushed my ribs, so that kind of hurt. But it helped me finish the race, so that was a good thing. And then we went into the final, and as you saw, I went from basically 11th or 12th or whatever it was, and I ended up in 6th. So that was pretty darn good.
So all in all, it was a good day. But yeah, I have a lot of tuning to do with the kart still. Lots of those stuff that I thought I was doing right, but it ended up being a bad idea. But you know what? At the end of the day, hey, I didn't make top 5, which is fine. This was my only second time at this track, so for me to even get that kind of an achievement was really darn good. So I'm really happy about that. At this point, we're heading home. I've already packed up everything, and I'm also glad that I was able to iron out all the problems that I saw. So couldn't beat it. We'll have a great year this year, traveling around in that little camper we got. But anyway, I think I've said enough. This is becoming too long of an outro. So guys, again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all at the next Apex. Bye-bye.